I'm having a hard time. What am I doing trying to make the films that I used to make? What if I make a documentary? And this is where you come in. I have no idea what I'm stepping into.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2017 found footage sequel, Creep 2. The film here is co-written and directed by Patrick Bryce, who played Aaron in the first film, and it stars once again Mark Duplass, and we have Desiree Akhavan. Right, okay, so this time round, rather than going by the name he went of in the first film, Mark Duplass's character this time round, he calls himself Aaron, after Aaron in the first film. And it focuses on a young documentarian called Sarah, who's doing like a web series called Encounters, where she meets some of the stranger people on the edge of society, if you like. Most of them are very, very harmless. They're just a bit odd and a bit out there. She's not getting very good views at all, and the show Encounters is failing. But she comes across an advert that catches her attention, and it happens to be an advert that's been put in there by Aaron. She goes to meet him, and he reveals to her immediately that he is a serial killer. He's killed 39 people. And he's having a midlife crisis, and he's lost his mojo, and he wants her to kind of document him, and he promises not to kill her. She doesn't believe him. She doesn't think he's a serial killer, but she also recognizes that this could make some really good footage for her show, so she decides to stay. And therefore, going forward, this odd relationship develops between the two of them, where she essentially reverses psychology on him to take control, which has some very strange side effects for Aaron. Right, what are my thoughts on Creep 2? Well, I really enjoyed the first Creep. I hadn't seen it before until watching it until a couple of weeks ago. So when I did my review for it, I did a first time watch review for it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really clever, really inventive, very well made, and quite original. And found footage, we all know, is quite a niche genre, and done correctly can be really, really fabulously done. And I thought the first Creep definitely ticked all those boxes for me. This time round, I genuinely didn't know what to expect with Creep 2. I'd not watched any reviews. I don't even think I read the synopsis going into it. I just basically watched it. And I was expecting it to kind of just be a rehash of the first one. And I couldn't have been further from the truth. What we get here again is another superbly written movie that kind of subverts your expectations and flips the script. Because genuinely this time round, Aaron, I mean, it feels weird calling him that. It was Joseph in the first film, or Joseph, and he's called himself Aaron in this one. You know, he is genuinely, he's not putting on an act, he's not pretending he's got a tumour, he's not going through his usual routine with his victims or anything like that. He doesn't see Sarah as a victim, genuinely. He wants his life documenting because, you know, he's reached this midlife crisis, and he doesn't know what to do with himself. The thrill of the kill has gone. He's not enjoying it anymore, and you see that right at the beginning of the film. He's not enjoying the kill anymore. The fun and the joy of it has left him, and he's trying to understand himself, sort of thing. And all his usual tricks, all his stuff that he tries to do to creep out Sarah, that worked in the first film, doesn't have an effect, because we have this remarkable person, Sarah, who just turns his antics on the head, basically. His jump scares don't work, his creepy mask doesn't really work. She just kind of, when he tries to creep her out, it doesn't have an impact on her, and in actual fact she elevates it. You know, for example, there's a scene where he's in a spa and he's getting all, you know, doing what he does, getting all creepy. And rather than her getting freaked out, she gets in the water and kind of massages him. So she just keeps... She just keeps it really interesting. The character of Sarah keeps the whole thing interesting, and you just don't know where it's going to go. Is she a victim? How is it going to turn out? Is she going to kill him? Is she not what she pretends to be? I mean, all these questions were going through my mind as I was watching it. Because this strange relationship and this strange bond that is developing between the two of them really does make for a fascinating watch, and it's a very well written film, I have to say. And again, superb performance by Mark Duplass as Aaron here. Just as genuinely creepy as the first one, but it's fabulous to see his tricks or his manipulative nature sort of thing isn't having the effect on Sarah as he thinks it is. And it's like this battle of wits and wills between the two of them. And until you get to the conclusion of the film, I have to say, I'm not sure I was as satisfied with the conclusion of this film as I was of the first one. That's not to say it's bad or anything. It's just not necessarily didn't conclude the film the way I expected. But still, I have to say I thought it was very, very well made, very cleverly written. Apparently they are working, or they have been working on a third Creep film to kind of finish the films off. But my understanding is that they haven't really been able to come up with anything yet worthy of a follow-up to the first two, and so they're kind of still trying to develop it and get it to the point where it will be a worthy third film in the franchise. So I would be very, very interested in checking out a third one if they decide to do it, because I think as sequels go, this is a really, really good one. It feels familiar enough for you to feel like you're watching something like the first one, but it's original and different enough for you to feel like it is very, very fresh, different, and new as well. So I absolutely do salute them for that. So yeah, I'm really, really a big fan of the first two Creep films. I would be very interested in getting them on Blu-ray, even though I don't think they're available on Blu-ray. You guys let me know in the comments if you know different, and I will of course be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.